Aiwf, 30 years of blood, sweat, and cheers.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Aiwf Ringside Wrestling. I am Mad Matt Carter. Good to have you back here with us after a week off. Joey Nuggs has joined us. Rick Diesel is in here as well. Good evening, Mr. Nuggs. How are you, sir?
If I was any better, well, I'd be two people. I don't know. I guess that's pretty good.
That's pretty good. Bobby Dalton is.
What's that other one I used to hear? Finer than frog hair split four ways, and that's mighty fine.
That is mighty fine, mighty fine. Looks like Bobby Dalton is joining us as well. Got a good look at his ceiling there.
Good evening, Mr. Dalton. Good evening, Rick Diesel. Hello, Tim Stone.
Yeah, hillbilly referee Tim Stone has been talking about joining us. And I think he might have had to drive up to the top of the mountain to get a good clear signal. But anyway, glad to have everybody with us. We have got a tremendous show and a lot of things to go over. So we will get right into it. Let me get the slideshow set up and we'll get into the announcements and get going. Smiling Diamond Dave is not going to join us this week. He said he's way out west and is having to do he says he's got to get an early start in the morning, but I am not convinced that's what's going on.
I heard the real story. He went out there to the Super Bowl. He partied with Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, and they said that Snoop Dogg will never be the same after hanging out with the brother Diamond Smiling Dave.
Well, that could be entirely true. Also,
no, that's true. I heard that from the word on the street. I mean,
I would willing to bet you he's out there in a hotel room or in his truck watching the dual race at Daytona. Smiling Down Dave, like myself, quite the auto racing fan. So, but anyway, let's get right into it. For advertising inquiries with the AIWF Ringside Wrestling show. I've had somebody trying to get in this meeting, but just listed as iPhone. So we'll have to see who that turns out to be.
I'm sure
that is Sergeant Stryker joining us.
Oh, he's known as, that's his nickname, Sergeant iPhone Stryker. You know that?
Oh, no, I was not aware of that. Mm-mm.
Yeah. It's too much work to change his name to Sergeant Stryker there. So,
well,
what do you get?
I don't use the Zoom app on the iPhone, so I don't know how easy or difficult it is sometimes. But either way, glad to have you here, Sergeant Stryker. Of course, for advertising inquiries with the AIWF Ringside Wrestling, and of course, live events, the AIWF Roku channel, $10 a month will get you a 1 to 2 minute read on this show. You can reach out to me directly, or you can bump into myself, Commissioner Rick Diesel, or head referee Darren at our live events, and we can get you a great deal on some advertising for less than what you spend in Starbucks for a couple of cups of coffee. We can get you some legitimate commercial time, 4 times a month or 3 to 4 times a month. We take a week off every now and then for only $10 a month. So, all right, AIWF20@hotmail.com is where you can reach out to us directly. Let's see here. I'm getting some directorial notes. Yes, I have added that to the slideshow, just so you know, out there in television land. So anyway, let's get into it. As you know, we are now on Instagram. All you have to do is search AIWF Mid-Atlantic Wrestling. The Instagram page is really surprising me how fast it's growing. We've got a lot of wrestlers joining up and following us now. I was really impressed. We had it up for a couple of weeks. It didn't really move much, but now it's starting to take off. So we want to thank everybody that gave us a follow on Instagram, and tell your friends, tell your friends, spread the word. We're trying to get as much content up there now. We've also got the information about the 30th anniversary t-shirt up there. And how you can order that. So Instagram. And also we have a brand new Twitter account, And all you have to do is go on Twitter and search AIWF_mid. There is another one out there, but I don't know who operates it. And to be quite frank, it doesn't look like anybody's really done anything with the old Twitter account in a couple of years. So whoever was running that may have lost the password, but either way, you can search this one. AIWF_mid is our new Twitter account. And we've got somebody manning that. So definitely invite you to check us out there. All right. Branch management time, folks. Our sponsor, Branch Management, is a tree service that operates in the Mount Airy, Surrey County area of North Carolina. They can help you with branches that are maybe too close to structures, normal pruning, or even complete tree removal. They offer very competitive rates and free estimates and are here to serve you. You may also be eligible for a $100 referral bonus. All you have to do is pick up the phone for the free estimate and call 336-325-5300 for more information and to set up an appointment. So, and you can get $100 off your job if you recommend a friend to them. And that's our friend at Branch Management. So if you're
and don't call them if your cat gets up the tree, call someone else.
Oh, well, I mean, they'll get it down.
Yeah, if you got a couple dollars, hell, they'll probably help you too. I heard they're good fellas over there.
Well, they'll probably cut the whole tree down to get the cat down. So, you know, it depends.
Charge you extra. It's a win-win all the way around.
Yeah, no kidding. That depends on how fast you want to get that cat out of that tree. It might be coming down really quick. But anyway, again, guys, that telephone number again, 336-325-5300. And I'll give it to you again before we leave tonight, but 336-325-5300. Give our friends at Branch Management a call. There it is, folks. The AIWF.
That's badass.
It is. It's a beautiful shirt. 30 years of blood, sweat, and cheers. And that's a list of the world heavyweight champions that the AIWF has had since 1992 through 2022. And I was surprised. I was talking to Commissioner Rick Diesel the other night. It was looking over the shirt, and I said, well, Brian Danzig's name is not on there. And do you guys know that Brian Danzig never held the AIWF World Heavyweight Championship? That was news to me. Yeah, he never did. So I thought that was really interesting. Kevin Stryker, you've been around a long time like I have. Does that surprise you when you hear that bit of statistic there?
Yeah, it does. I mean, Brian Danzig's been around since basically day one. And I wasn't too far behind him, but yeah, it's surprising that he's never held the world title.
Is your name on that shirt there, Sergeant?
I never held the world title. I've held the
You the Mid-Atlantic champion?
No, I held the Virginia heavyweight title, weight title, and tag team titles.
Very good, very good.
Yeah, he's got a pretty good resume, no doubt about it. I tell you what, I have a feeling that Sergeant Stryker, if the day comes when Gemini goes into the Hall of Fame, I have a feeling there might be a fight at that induction ceremony. So I'm just saying, I remember some brutal matches back in the day between those two. Tim Stone, I saw you stuck your hand up. Referee Tim Stone, what would you like to add?
Nothing. I hit the wrong button.
Oh, that's all right. That's all right. Most of the time people just barge in. So, all right, but that's the new T-shirt. Look out. You can reach out to us directly via Facebook Messenger, and we can get you a T-shirt set
Yeah, I
up.
need one in a 3X. That's a good looking shirt.
Yeah, and of course you can see the T-shirt wagon at the anniversary show on March 5th and get one. We're accepting walk-up orders too. All right, so here we go. Tullahoma, Tennessee, get ready. Tullahoma. I never can get that right on the first time. February 18th. That is tomorrow night at the Gypsy Joe Arena. Get ready for SWF Vengeance Aftermath. And that takes place at 8:05 bell time. Doors open at 6 p.m. Great ticket prices there, $10. Kids 5 and under get in free. So Vengeance Aftermath coming your way in Tullahoma, Tennessee at Gypsy Joe Arena tomorrow night. If you're in that area, you do not want to miss this. Great action from SWF. Also, not sure if they're an AIWF affiliate, but they are operating here in the area. They are See No Evil Wrestling. They are a brand new promotion. I think this is their second show. The Nightmare Continues. That is Sunday, February 19th. Doors open at 3 p.m. bell time at 4 p.m. General admission $10, and it's taking place at 1873 Mariposa Road in Stanley, North Carolina. Again, that address, 1873 Mariposa Road, Stanley, North Carolina, for See No Evil Wrestling and their big show, The Nightmare Continues. And it looks
that's a good looking belt they got there too, that big eagle. I've never seen that. That's an original.
Yep. It looks great. I see Baby Lotion Brown on this poster as well.
Oh, yeah, he is back there in the back row there.
Yeah, and the pirate Callus Vane, who came and helped us out on the fair shows back in the summer. So good luck to them. New promotion in North Carolina. Tennessee All Pro Wrestling, one of the older AIWF affiliates, has got another show coming up this weekend as well, February 19th at the Victory Center, 5542 Manchester Highway in Morrison, Tennessee. That's where they normally run. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. Bell time is at 7:30 p.m. Adults $8, children 6 to 12, $6. Kids 5 and under are free. That comes your way on February 19th. So today's the 17th, so that would be Saturday. I may have made a mistake and said See No Evil was on Sunday, but I think they were the 19th too. So anyway, irregardless, pay attention to the date, not what I tell you. Look at the poster. Don't listen to me. I am not prepared to do math this late at night. But anyway, Tennessee All Pro Wrestling, one of our oldest affiliates. We invite you to join them if you're in the Morrison, Tennessee area on February 19th. Again, bell time 7:30, doors open at 6:30. ARW Wrestling, our friends and affiliate down in Melbourne, Florida, are having a big show. This is interesting. It's called Rebuilding Buff. Interesting. Hosted by former WCW superstar and Buff Bagwell. Also features on what was that website that he was on where you could rent him for a weekend? What was they had it on the Tony Schiavone podcast,
bootyboys.com,
something like that. But no, I think it was called Hunks for Angels or something like that. It was
wrestlers too full of themselves and not that great of wrestlers at the end of the day.com.
It's something to that effect. But yeah, you could rent it.
I think I'll find that. I'm gonna start a website called that. That's a great name.
Yeah, it had the word.
Might be a little long on a card though.
It had the word angels in it. I remember that. But it was basically, a site where lonely women could have good looking men come over and help them with
what
stuff.
You're saying he was a male prostitute.
I didn't say that. I just said that it was a website.
I can't say that. This is a kids friendly show.
Yes,
he could be your date, ladies, if you want to spend the money.
Yeah. And as I understand, it was quite pricey. So anyway, they're going to do a live podcast at this event. It's Monday, March 7th in Melbourne, Florida at Rubik's Cafe. That's 701 South Apollo Boulevard. Tickets are available at Eventbrite. VIP starts at 7 p.m. General admission at 7:30 p.m. Showtime at 8 p.m. So definitely reach out to Eventbrite if you're interested in meeting and hearing from Buff Bagwell. It's coming your way Monday, March 7th in Melbourne, Florida. All right, moving right along. Now, I love this poster.
That's awesome.
Anybody that knows me knows that I am a huge Simpson fan. And this is our friends at Empire Pro Wrestling down in Oklahoma City. Hang on just a second. It's our friends at Empire Pro Wrestling down in Oklahoma City, 401 Northwest 39th Street, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Doors open at 4, bell time 5 p.m. But look at this, Patreon subscribers exclusive. No tickets will be sold at the door. To attend this event, sign up at patreon.com, Empire Pro Wrestling OKC. So you'll need to visit them over on Patreon.
It's a good looking flyer. Unfortunately, to me, I don't know, maybe I'm talking out of term. It doesn't look like a pro wrestling flyer. But if their brand is known enough in that area, they should be fine either way.
Yeah, it's different.
It's a cool looking flyer though. It's original. I like it.
Yep, it is. It is. It's very cool. So I'm a big fan of it. It's something definitely unique. It kind of looks like Simpsons characters and Scrooge McDuck's money vault. If you look at all the gold coins around there,
I'd like to see what the real wrestlers look like. See if they're anywhere close to it.
they are. I've seen their regular posters before. Yeah, so
That's
I
cool.
do see a few familiar faces there. Yep, absolutely.
That is pretty cool.
Yep. All right. Here we go. A little bit closer to home. It's our 30th anniversary show. Coming up March 5th and 6th. It's all weekend, 2 days. And on the first night, we do have a couple of matches that we are aware of that are going to take place. AIWF World Heavyweight Champion Damian Wayne is going to be taking on AIWF Mid-Atlantic Champion Nate Diamond. I don't know what the stipulation is going to be for that, if it's going to be for the titles or it's just going to be champion versus champion. Don't know. The Boogie Woogie Man, Jimmy Valiant, will be there, WWE Hall of Famer, and has operated a wrestling school up in Shawsville, Virginia for many, many, many years. And the Boogie Woogie Man is going to be there with us that night, as well as AIWF America's champ, Sir Samurai, and the AIWF National Champion, Mitch Onyx, plus lots more. Joey Nuggs, I think you're going to be interested in this. We do have an official match announcement. Other than the Nate Diamond match, it's Sin Crowley versus Jack, and it's brought to that is going to be a barn burner. That's worth the price of admission by itself.
Oh yeah.
Amen. Oh yeah.
I see some nodding, but I don't hear anybody talking.
Sin's gonna take it to Jack that night. Nugs, you better be ready.
Why do I need to be ready? He's the one fighting. I'm on the outside of the ring.
You're
trying to say I'm the type of person that would get involved in someone's wrestling match? I dare you.
Absolutely.
If you would.
Hey,
How
I
dare
will say
you?
this. Hey, Sin's second will get you if you even try to. That's one tough lady right there. I'm just saying you better watch her on the outside.
I don't know. She wants to kiss me on her own time. I can't do that around ringside, okay?
I like to keep my dinner down.
Save that for the parking lot. So anyway,
Where's Jim?
yeah, I know. Jumping Jimmy going to show up that night. Lord,
Yeah.
that would be awesome. Oh,
Yeah, as
man.
long as Boogie Woogie Man doesn't try to lift his leg on me, I'm all right with that night.
Well, you can't make guarantees when Boogie Woogie
That's
Man's
true
around.
too.
I
He's
stay-
lifted his leg on me 3 or 4 times. I can remember in the past 2 years.
When I was a kid, I saw him kiss Truck and Tom Miller, the ring announcer in the ring. I saw him kiss Tony Schiavone. I saw him even kiss Bob Caudle one time. And so the first time he came, after I had joined up with the AIWF, and Bill Holiday walked up to me and he said, do you want to interview Jimmy Valiant in the ring? And I said, no, I do not. I will hand him a microphone and walk the other direction.
If you're lucky, he'll give you a smoocheroocher at the show.
That's what I'm trying to avoid.
Oh,
He did me in Hillsville, Virginia one night.
he got you. He kissed you. Did he slip you a little tongue?
Well, not
Here-
quite. But it was close.
Here's a little trivia for you guys. The Boogie's Wrestling School up in Shawsville actually started the same year as the AIWF in 1992. Did any of you know that? I did not.
I actually have a picture of Joey Nuggs hanging in his school, I've been told.
Oh, wow.
And that's a shoot real thing. I'm not making this up.
Oh,
like
I've been
I
up
do.
there before too. We went up there. Yeah, I've been up there to watch and recruit young talent and stuff like that. It's a great place to go, but be prepared for them to sell you something.
Oh yeah. If you want to learn how to run a merch table, hang out with the book.
Yes. Let's see, Miss Angel.
Lord.
Well, when we were down in Spartanburg a few weeks ago for the rock and roll and FTR, George South was there and I was texting with some people and showing them George's merch table because he had the biggest merch table of anybody there that night. I mean, just absolutely huge merch table. And I remember, 2-table George. Rick Diesel
Table
said.
George.
and I remember George came and worked for us at the Armory one night, and somebody had tipped me off that he always brought a lot of merch. And so I'd never paid any attention to it before, but I thought, hey, it'd be a nice gesture. I'd never met George South before, go out there and help him tote all his stuff in. And so I go out there and it's me and a couple of security guys, and we walk out there and I'm like, George, somebody tipped us off that you bring a lot of merch to sell. We thought we'd help you carry it in. He's like, I sure do appreciate it. And he opens up the tailgate of his truck, and it's like a dozen totes in there, and they're all slam full of stuff. And we helped him walk it in. But, it saved him a lot of time because he only brought one guy with him, and it would have taken him forever to get all that stuff inside if we hadn't helped out. But, oh, yeah, good old Two Table George. I hope to see him again soon sometime, man. George's a good dude. Okay, so let's see now. Also, the anniversary weekend, we've got another show on Sunday, and look at this. Now, as far as I know, ticket prices on Saturday night are what they normally are: $6 for the bleachers, $8 for the floor. Look at these ticket prices for the Sunday show that starts at 1 p.m. General admission bleacher seats are only $3. Ringside stays the same at $8, but $3 for the action on Sunday.
You mean there's going to be 4 title matches for $3?
It's what it looks like by the poster.
Oh my God.
I know.
If you're in that area and you don't show up, you ain't paying attention to wrestling. $3, come on. Even anybody in Mount Airy can come up with $3. Come on.
That's right. And it's going to be
turn in some Coke bottles or something. I don't know. What they do for money around there. You know what I mean? $3. Come on. That's a great event for $3.
I'd like to get Matt Classic on this show in the next week or two. Maybe he can drop some scoops on us for some of the matches he has planned for this, because as you know, Matt Classic is the one that handles all the AIWF, what I call the traveling titles, the world titles, and Matt's a great guy. He's worked hard at this for many, many, many years. What I don't understand is why in the world, after knowing me for 7 years, executive producer of the AIWF network, Kevin Phoenix, puts up the first part of my interview with Rick Diesel and calls me Matt Classic.
Now, sure really knows you as well as you think he does?
Evidently not. And so
that's classic all on its own.
Well, I when I saw that, I texted Commissioner Rick Diesel, and the words that I used were Kevin Phoenix is and blank. You can fill in the rest. And so Kevin Phoenix, you known each other for 7 years and you ain't bothered to learn my name yet, man, I'm telling you what. Also
I think it's awesome.
This
if it's a rib, it's the best rib ever.
It's probably not. It's probably not. It would be nice if
he works a lot of hours being a wrestler, man. You don't know. They get in late night.
Yeah. Well,
I've never seen Matt Classic. Do you guys look similar?
No, he's skinny and much better looking than I am.
Oh,
so but Matt Classic will be there, for this show that weekend. Also, speaking of Kevin Phoenix and executive producing the network, he made sure to get his match with Mickey Fulp up there that went down on Super Bowl Sunday during the halftime show. That's up there. Yet Season's Beatings, where he was pinned 1, 2, 3 in the ring by Nate Diamond, has yet to show up on there. So I don't know I don't know. It seems like there's a little bias in the production of what goes on the network and what doesn't, but
not. There's no AIWF when it comes to the commissioner and the executive producer of the network.
Well, the commissioner, when Kevin Phoenix got flattened by Mickey Fulp at the end of Ice Road to Capital Punishment, the Commissioner Dave, told me and the entire audience in Mount Airy that was good for the network. And Kevin Phoenix was laying a face down in the ring, knocked out cold. So, I really don't know, man. It's kind of hard to gauge what these officials are doing, but anyway, I don't know. I don't know how much longer Kevin Phoenix is for this world as an executive producer when he doesn't seem to produce very much. I was thinking maybe who we needed to do is get one of them restaurant style mayonnaise jars and start taking up a collection, like if people want to throw spare change in there, and like, when Kevin Phoenix's future endeavored, we want to make sure he's financially secure. So maybe we can start taking up a collection.
God, you're a loving man. I've never seen anyone get a collection. They just usually fired me, and I just never was able to come back. I didn't get no severance package. You guys ever got a severance package in the independent circuit yet? I mean, I must have missed that train. How about you, brothers?
Hot dog and a handshake, baby.
Shoot, you get a hot dog, you're in a good freaking spot these days.
Yes, indeed.
I tried to get onion on a hot dog one day. They about jumped on me. What you mean you want onion on your free hot dog? I mean, your pay for the day.
Yeah. Hey, look,
I said I wanted chili. They say, yeah, it is cold out here, isn't it?
We joke, but you saw on the Mid-Atlantic channel the old promo that aired around the holidays with the guys sharing the hot dog and stuff like that.
The 14-incher.
Yeah. So it's but this is great. This is going to be 2 days of wrestling.
My friends seen the commercial with Boogie Woogie, man. They said they don't want to eat the hot dogs. They make it fat off one bite.
Rob McBride.
Yeah, they told me that. They said, man, it makes you fat off one bite. I don't want none of those dogs.
They are delicious.
Fattening.
They are. But I tell you what, man, you go in there and order King Dog, you better be hungry, because that is one heck of a hot dog. I mean, you have to two-hand each side.
I've heard about it. I've not seen one yet. They don't show up around the show handing out none to the fans. Maybe they'll show up to the 30-year anniversary and add a couple of dogs.
I doubt it, but you should go down there and try them. They're in Rural Hall. If you come up 85, it depends on how you come up to Mount Airy. If you come straight 77, you won't go by there. But if you go 85 through Winston-Salem and go 85 to 52 and go through Winston-Salem, you just take the Rural Hall exit, and they're right there across from the stoplight. So definitely a good place to get a pre-match meal. But I'm telling you, you just better watch how many fries you eat, because if you order a King Dog combo, buddy, chances are you're going to leave that restaurant and you're going to be very lethargic. You're going to want to it's going to be nappy time. You want to get a little sleep. But all the food's great there. The hamburgers are great. They do chili sometimes in the winter. That's great. And of course, they got Boner's hot sauce up there, which is as delicious as well. And I know it's a funny name, but it's good stuff, man.
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Yeah.
Sometimes Joey Nugs don't even need to make a comment on something.
No. King's Hot Dogs, home of Boner's hot sauce. Come
check it out. Mickey Folk finally went to jail. Hey, Todd Jason's with him.
Kevin Phoenix is in there too.
First time I've never been in jail before with other wrestlers.
Oh well,
I'm usually the first to go. Hey,
if they were to
try this, fellas.
If they were to convict Kevin Phoenix of being a great television producer, they'd have convicted an innocent man. And so I'm waiting. Kevin Stryker, I see you laughing at that joke. Everybody's being quiet.
I'm leaving it alone because I'm hoping one day that I'll see myself on the network.
Well, anyway, so
I heard it's a nice network. I'm waiting to see myself on it.
It is. But no, one thing that he did put on there that I do need to give him credit for is there's an old episode of AIWF, the original Ringside Wrestling from Cable 6 in Martinsville, that went up where Rick Diesel interviews Lady Stardust, a lady wrestler, and there's another, Cheryl Day, I think is the other one. Commissioner Diesel, shoot me a text and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that those are the two. Now, the sound's a little iffy at the beginning, but that's just because this was laid down. This was laid down in '96, probably on a VHS tape. So the sound's a little poppy at the beginning, but give it time, it gets better. So, but that's really neat to watch. The differences in the fans that would call in back in those days on the Cable 6 show was just tremendous. Like, you'd have some people that would call Rick Diesel and ask him serious questions about what's going on in the wrestling business. Other people would prank call him.
I watched some of it. It was pretty entertaining, Especially morning time when you're open with your first cup of coffee. It woke me up.
We need to get some of the old.
I want to see some of the older footage because that was pretty entertaining. It really was.
Or the Dobson footage when we was up in Dobson on a TV show.
Man, that would be great. We were talking about that on the straight shooting interview that I did with Rick Diesel. You know, the MATV. You know, that started in downtown Mount Airy.
Yes,
and what a lot of people don't know about that show was in the 90s, like MATV. It was weird how the cable was set up. Like the cable if you lived within the Mount Airy city limits, you had municipal cable. It was run by the city, right? If you lived outside, it was Time Warner or whatever Time Warner was before it was Time Warner, you know. But if you had MATV, the only way you saw that show live was if you lived within the city limits. If you lived in the county, you didn't get it until a week later.
Right.
And I always thought that was just the oddest thing about that show. And then when they moved it out to Dobson, I don't know if that problem was cleared up then and they could see it live everywhere. But I always just thought that was the weirdest thing about that show.
No, I don't think when it got moved to Dobson and Commissioner Diesel, if you're on here, you can correct me if I'm wrong too, but I'm pretty sure that when we went out there and when we were doing it in Dobson, we would do it one week, then the following week you would see the week before show. So it was always a week behind.
So it was still a week delayed.
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. I remember we had Thanksgiving there one time and somebody brought some moonshine there and that turned into be one heck of a taping that night. It's a good thing that one broadcast, man. The FCC would have probably put us all in prison.
Yeah, they would have shut it down real quick.
There's advantages to being on cable access back in the day. But anyway, look, so let's move on. We're talking about capital punishment. This is capital punishment, disorderly conduct. This comes your way Saturday, March 19th at Veterans Park, our home base. Tickets are $8 for ringside, $6 general admission. Bell times at 7 p.m. And we already know Kevin Phoenix defeated Mickey Fulp on Super Bowl Sunday. That's not news to anybody. If it is, I'm sorry. I guess I should have gave you a spoiler alert before I said it, but I didn't, so too bad. You can still watch that match on the network. So Kevin Phoenix has weaseled his way into a title shot with Nate Diamond coming up at Capital Punishment. This event goes back to 1998. It actually started in Elkin, North Carolina, back in the old house that Major Havoc built.
Done many a shows in that building.
Yeah, we used to run there more than we did in Mount Airy. Anyway, that goes down Saturday, March 19th. I can't remember a capital punishment ever happening in March before. It seemed like it was always a February show before, but things have changed.
It used to be a February show, and with all the other ones that kept getting added to it that were big shows for, I guess, TV, everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Call it got to be where there was one just about every single month.
Yeah. Well, you have, like, if you think about the big shows historically, you have Capital Punishment that started. Spring Jam was one of the oldest ones. I think that'd probably been around since like 93, 94. Then you had Extreme Content. The first year for that was at 98. That was the one where Terminator X almost died. And that would be some great footage to get up on the network, Kevin Phoenix. If you're really looking to see some gruesome hardcore action. Then Deal with the Steel, that started in 97. Then with the, I think the oldest one is the Back to School Bash. And that was generally done in August or September. Is that right, Kevin?
Yeah. We don't even do that show no more, I don't think.
We just probably don't have time, availability on the calendar anymore. And then, of course, Fright Night, that started in 97. And then Seasons Beatings, that one also started in 97. So most of these go back to the late 90s.
Love
Yeah.
that name, Seasons Beatings. I think every wrestling company should have a Seasons Beatings in December.
I think we need to get it trademarked, but
Yeah.
because I saw somebody else.
You know what I want to do? And I know this is crazy, and I think this would fly. You know, you always see live pro wrestling, like on this flyer right here. What about a Halloween show where it's dead pro wrestling and all the wrestlers dress up as other wrestlers that have passed?
Attention, art
Fans-
department.
Fans could dress up Halloween outfits as well, being dead.
Attention, art department. Attention, art department. Please take Joey Nugg's suggestion and for the Fright Night poster and change live pro wrestling to dead pro wrestling.
No one ever thinks about that. Zombies are all zombies welcome. Zombies get in half price.
Dead pro wrestling.
I don't know about that. I'm not giving away no tickets, so get that.
Well, no, I mean, we don't want to give. Well, anyway, we don't really do that much papering. So, anyway, but this comes your way Saturday night, March the 19th. So, capital punishment, disorderly conduct, and we will have match announcements for you as we move forward. But anyway, I'm definitely looking forward to the big anniversary show, and it's kind of open forum at this point, fellas. We're 35 past the hour. You know, what's on your mind? We saw a lot at Ice Road to Capital Punishment. Joey Nugs, I have to ask, Spring Jam this year in April, I'm being told by Commissioner Diesel might have an 80s theme. How about that?
Wow, I like the 80s.
Yeah, I like the 80s too. Maybe I'll dress up, Jinky will dress up as Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin and Precious. And now that ain't happening. Nobody wants to see that.
I'd pay money to see that.
Well, and I know that Jinky sure wouldn't mind spraying some people in the eyes with Lysol. So
I got a couple of fanny packs in the back I could dust off. I'm ready for the action back.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people think that
I got a pair of Zumbas back there too. Red and white.
A lot of people thought that that stuff, the aerosol that Precious sprayed in the air was hairspray, but it wasn't. It was disinfectant. It was Lysol because Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin hated germs. So and the biggest germ in his crawl in 1986 was one by the name of Wahoo McDaniel. And I'm telling you, Gorgeous Jimmy may have had the edge on the promos, but when they got to those Indian strap matches, you couldn't have paid me enough to be Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin once Wahoo got him in the ring. Oh my goodness. But that'd be nice. An 80s theme. So let's go back to Ice Road to Capital Punishment. Joey Nugs, you have set up something, basically a gauntlet challenge for Ty Tyson. He's got to go through 3 guys of your choosing before he can face Jack. Would you like to tell us some more about that?
Yeah, he just doesn't get what he wants. He thinks he has his right because he's been around so long to get whatever he wants because he says, hey, I won his match. Sorry. You'll wait just like everybody else. Get your contenders up. You can go through the circle just like the rest of the wrestlers. And at the end of 3 matches, we'll see if you deserve it. A shot at Jack.
Well,
I'm tired of playing by his rules. Who made him the boss?
Well, you know,
he ain't no commissioner.
He kind of got a little entitled, I would think, and I think Kevin Stryker, Bobby Dalton, you probably agree with me when he was his last run as AIWF Mid-Atlantic champion. He was kind of protected by Smiling Diamond Dave and got exactly what he wanted. Yeah. So that may have
absolutely
something to do with it.
Yeah, well, maybe he needs to wake up and realize that holiday's over.
Well, you know, he's definitely upset about it. He did defeat his first opponent, Joey Nugs. I don't suppose you'd be giving us a hint about who the next opponent will be.
No idea.
Okay. You gotta play it close to your hat. I get it. I totally get it. So I'm not going to press it on there. So Jack and Ty Tyson maybe headed for a collision course, maybe not. Ty Tyson's still got to get through 2 more people. All right. What else did we see that's worth noting at Ice Road to Capital Punishment? Bobby Dalton, Kevin Stryker, help me out here. Tim Stone. We saw Tim Stone. We saw Tim Stone running ringside camera. Excellent job, sir. All the footage that I've seen from that is absolutely fantastic. So thank you.
You're all welcome.
Yep,
One of the hardest things to find in independent wrestling is a good ringside cameraman. So, you know, thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I can't speak for everybody at the network, but I sure enjoyed the footage. So
yeah.
And you can enjoy the footage by visiting our Facebook page or AIWF. Well, not really the Roku.
You can't go to the Roku channel and enjoy it yet. I tried to stay impartial about this, but every day you talk about it. Yeah, maybe old Kevin Phoenix needs a kick in the keister and told him to kick it in gear. I'd like to see myself on this. I got a huge big screen TV and I got the Roku channel and I haven't seen myself yet. And I've been around since October.
Well,
I've been here since last year and I'm still not on there yet. I mean, come on.
You might be able to find yourself on some of the older shows, maybe like on Seasons Beatings 2006 or
maybe. I never went and looked at them. But
well, just like you say about everybody else, you just gotta wait your turn. You can't have
your turn. You can't have everything what you want when you want it. So hey,
that's right.
Learn your role and stay in your lane. That's what I like to say. Learn your role and stay in your lane.
Like me talking to my agents. Yes, go ahead, Tim.
I got a question for Joey Nuggs.
Okay.
When it comes down to the match between Ty and Jax, I think the hillbilly ref should be the one to ref that match where he said, I cheated on the last one.
Why? You can't count to 3 anyway.
Oh.
That's a matter of opinion.
I don't know. I haven't seen you count to 3 yet.
You're too busy trying to interfere and keep me sidetracked.
Oh, I'm the reason you don't count to 3. Okay. You guys following all this like I'm not.
No, I mean, hey, the referee's volunteering to referee the match, but you don't think he can count to 3. So, I mean,
we need someone with better eyes than this guy.
I don't know. He does pretty good.
Well, I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, not everyone with glasses stands up for each other. I see. That's what it is.
I've got good eyes.
No, it has nothing to do with
that. You might even do a better job. I know you don't like me, but I do think you'd be fair and impartial in the ring.
Hey,
I don't know about this Tim Stone too much either.
I lived through Smiley. Now that ought to tell you enough. You know, Bobby's laughing. That was rough.
Yeah. How about making Sergeant Stryker the special guest referee?
Hey, how about we leave that up to the commission to figure that out?
Yeah. We got to get there first, guys, because Ty Tyson.
Because if we can do that, I want to be the guest referee. What the hell?
Wow, that'd be bad. That would be real bad.
I'd be like 1, 2. Oh, my arm. Sorry about that, guy.
I think Stryker should be the special guest whenever that match happens.
Well, we'll have to wait and see.
Outside.
Could put that up on the Facebook and see what the fans think. Maybe they could have a vote on this thing, and maybe the board of directors will take it into consideration.
Let Bulldog do it.
Oh Lord, the Bulldogs.
God, I was planning on eating dinner later, and y'all just killed my appetite. God. You don't hang around the house with the bone in your neck too, do you? Wear it to bed?
I'd like to know.
No, I don't really. I don't know why I asked that.
Good luck getting that mental picture out of your head tonight when you go to sleep, fellas. But that is interesting. Now you got me wondering, does she wear the bone to bed or not? Only referee Tim Stone knows the answer to that, and I don't think
pair them long pajamas with the flap in the back with the 2 buttons. I can see it now. Red ones like the firefighters wear.
Well, I know that y'all live way up in the mountains on Piper's Gap.
You get long underwear up in the mountains, Jack.
You don't have to. You don't have to go outside, do you?
Yeah. I mean, if they live higher, they live further up in elevation in Mount Airy, you definitely need long underwear at nighttime. I'd imagine.
Yeah, they're way up there in the mountains. That's for sure.
You don't even know how to swing from a tree.
No, you might though. You're a monkey. Don't help yourself get insulted. Please shut up in the background. Continue on.
Well, no,
Yeah,
I thought I heard Juliana say something else.
Yeah, I can swing a whole lot better than you can from tree to tree.
I bet you can.
Abnormally large thumbs, maybe.
She's a regular Tarzan. Get her a loincloth. She wears that to bed with the bone.
Did you know?
I'm sorry. I told her to be quiet. She's helping me insult her.
speaking of Tarzan, I heard this week that Johnny Weissmuller's son was actually in the wrestling business for a while. Johnny Weissmuller, for those of you who don't know, was an Olympic swimmer, and he was the original Tarzan in the Tarzan movies back in the 30s. And his son actually was in the wrestling business, is what I've heard.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And Johnny Weissmuller used to love to embarrass his son when he was a kid. He'd drop him off at school, and as he was walking away from the car, he would do that Tarzan yell as loud as he could, and all the kids would stop and turn around and look at his son. It was like, Daddy, you got to quit doing that, man. The big kids are beating me up. Lord. But yeah, I heard that this week that he was that Johnny Weissmuller's son was actually in the wrestling business for a
I
time.
ever think of that show? Tarzan's the only white guy for miles, and no one seems to notice or care at all.
Yeah, well, I mean, wasn't the story that
supposedly he got left behind or something? He was raised by the savages and the monkeys is how he learned how to.
No, I think he was actually raised. I think he was actually raised by gorillas. Yeah,
gorillas. Yeah, monkeys, gorillas, same thing.
Well, no, they're not.
I'm sorry, I watched the movie. I'm not trying to talk about your family heritage again. Please settle down the background. She's helping me, Tim. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to insult your wife, but she's kind of making it easy.
Gorillas are apes, by the way.
I mean, just because your wife wants to take a shower doesn't mean that you're watching Gorillas in the Mist. Remember that, guys.
Oh.
You guys don't bother me.
Okay, well, let's continue on then.
Wow, gorillas in the. You know, we get if you had our random reference game, if you had Gorillas in the Mist, drink now. So, wow.
Anytime you hear Gorillas in the Mist, take 2 drinks.
My goodness. Boy, this one's gotten off the rails, but that's good. That's kind of what we like. So
it's entertaining for the fans, to say the least. Maybe they'll put this on the network one day.
I doubt it.
I don't think this is good for the network.
No.
That's good. I spent 30 minutes complaining about the producer. But
I tried to stay by so I could get on the network, but it didn't happen. I eventually had to come out and say something like the rest of you guys. And I'm usually the first one to say something, but God, I was trying to wash my tongue for a minute.
Well, it's the
sometimes people tell me I get in trouble with talking too much.
The invite is the same to Kevin Phoenix as it is to any other wrestler at any AIWF affiliate. If you want to come on this show, you click on the link and you come on. You don't need an appointment.
He's too busy uploading stuff on the network to come in here. Are you kidding me?
No. He's too busy uploading himself on the
network.
Because his match got on.
I got to give you that one.
Yeah, his match got on.
Network.
And
he's still trying to get on the righteous gemstones.
Not only was it his match got on, he made sure that a match that he won got on.
Yeah.
So, but anyway.
I'll put one on that he loses. I mean,
you wanted to look good.
Well,
yeah.
I bet you made sure they filmed his good side too.
But if he didn't put on any matches that he loses, he wouldn't put on many matches at all, because that's a vast majority of Kevin Phoenix matches. I mean, he kind of reminds me of the Duke of Dorchester back in old WWE days.
You trying to say he's a loser?
No, I'm just saying.
I mean, that's what it sounds like. I mean, it sounds like you're saying he's a loser.
I'm just saying, last year at Spring Jam, Damian Wayne run through him in about 7 minutes. So
he lost to Damian Wayne, is what you're saying.
Now that is on the network. It took it.
Really, I want to go see that one.
It took it 6 months to get there, but
I'll have to check it out.
Well, it debuted right. I think that event took place in March or April last year, and it debuted on the network, I think, around October. So
all jokes aside, when they get some stuff up, they got some good footage to put up.
Man, you are not kidding. And that's that's what's frustrating about the whole thing, honestly, is we have got tons and tons and tons of archive footage.
I know just the rare occurrences that I was over there at the announce table. I see some really good matches that would have been great on that network.
Yeah, they
really were.
We have a ton.
Bobby Dalton was holding me down over there, top notch over there on his commentary.
Speaking of commentary, Bobby Dalton, Jack joined you for a few matches at Ice Road to Capital Punishment. What do you think about his prowess as an announcer?
Well, I mean, hey, his play-by-play was helpful. Don't get me wrong, and he actually was not by. I mean, and that's good. Anytime a competitor comes over there and can, call it right down the middle, that's a plus. But here's the thing: I think he was up to something. I think he was, checking out the competition for some reason. Of course, I can't blame him. However, I'm going to say this about Capital Punishment, 3 things real fast. One, it lived up to its, Ice Road. It was ice cold. 2, it was good to see Casey Fox retain her title. But one we haven't talked about yet was the new Cruiserweight champion, Dirty Joe, cashing in that pig that night. I think that was, he picked his spot. And I knew he was going to do it because I tell you what, he just came along in a short time, and I knew he was going to have gold around his waist, and he cashed in, and wham, he's our new Mid-Atlantic Cruiserweight champion.
Yeah, that was a smart thing to do, and he did a great job, and is a great. I think he's going to be a great champion. Dirty Joe. I was talking about the Spartanburg show earlier. Dirty Joe was on that card that night and wrestled Scott Steiner, and gave Scott Steiner all he could handle. Yeah, and so I'm telling you, man, Dirty Joe is a dangerous competitor. He's real friendly to the fans in the Mount Airy area. He seems to like them; they like him too. But man, I'm telling you, in that ring, he is serious business.
Yes, he is. And I tell you what, he's got a future ahead of him. I mean, he's just now getting the tip of the iceberg of what this guy can do.
Yep. And credit to Dirty Joe. He came on this program several weeks ago, unannounced, clicked, just like I'm inviting everybody to do, clicked on the link, came on here, said in 2022, he was looking for gold in AIWF Mid-Atlantic, and we were going to have to pay attention to him. And by God, he said it, and he made it happen. He is the new Cruiserweight champion.
He didn't let no grass grow under his feet on that one.
No. Yeah, and you're right, Bobby. I'm glad you brought that up because that was a huge story, and that honestly, I was thanking everybody for coming on the Instagram and following us on Instagram. When I put those pictures up of Dirty Joe winning that Cruiserweight title, that's what lit the match on that. That's what started a lot of people starting to follow it. So, so congratulations, Dirty Joe. What else from that show, you guys? We got about 8 minutes before we're going to wind this thing down. What else from Ice Road to Capital Punishment sticks out in your mind that you think we need to talk about before we leave the air today?
What about the first defense for the tag team champions that night?
Yeah.
With a lot on the line. Yeah. But
they had a lot on the line. It could have just floated right on out of the Mid-Atlantic area altogether.
Yep. And everybody was nervous about whether Matt Anderson and Gorilla Q would be able to team together, not about their individual reputations, but they say to be a good tag team wrestler, you first have to be a good singles wrestler. And I go along with that, but there is something about tag team wrestling that requires an extra skill set, because if you think of the great tag teams throughout the years, Rock and Roll in the Midnight, the Steiners, the Usos come.
Yeah, sometimes it takes years to get that cohesive unit to work together as one mind. When you think about those wrestlers like the Rock and Roll Express, Midnight Express, they worked thousands of matches together to the point that they knew each other's time and what was going to happen next. They knew how to. I'm sure Ricky could think of what Robert was going to do next, and vice versa.
Yeah, definitely had that chemistry.
Yeah.
If RK Bro can hold titles, I mean, I know these guys can. I'm not saying nothing bad about them, but you're right. I mean, it seems like they already have chemistry between them, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Matt and Gorilla Q can do. Hopefully, they'll get a shot at the world title.
Well, I'm surprised that RK Bro has been able to be as successful as they are. Part of me, just because that team was kind of thrown together, but I saw them wrestle in person before they won those titles at SummerSlam. And they were on the cusp right then of just being a well-oiled machine. So as long as Randy Orton does not lose his temper and turn on Riddle, I think that they can be champions for a while. But that's the key, man. Randy Orton is a snake in the grass, and he is a ticking time bomb. and eventually, he's going to hit him with the RKO and just walk out of there. It's only a matter of time.
It's called Randy Orton. He's only got one thing on his mind. I mean, if you've ever looked at any of the tag teams that he's been involved in, Rated RKO and everything else, he's only got one thing on his mind, and that's the WWE World Heavyweight Championship.
Yeah, that's what I would. That's another thing when it comes to tag team. To be a tag team wrestler, sometimes you can't be selfish because everyone wants that. Be it like he said, a heavyweight champion. So to step aside and say, "Hey, man, I'm wanting to be a part of a tag team." That sometimes you got to throw your ego aside. Well, you're thinking about not only yourself, you're thinking about your partner, and if you work together and you draw some money, you and your family could eat well together.
Yep.
Yeah, and you got to remember too, Matt Anderson. Talking about Matt Anderson, Gorilla Q. Matt Anderson was tag team champions with Sebastian Kane. Before they lost to the Pink Gang. So
Matt Anderson has been wrestling in tag teams for a very long time. And when it comes to that tag team, and not to say nothing against Gorilla Q, in my opinion, Matt Anderson is the ring veteran in that ring to carry that tag team.
Hey, and
he has all the experience from being in tag teams.
So if it's with the Midnight Express, Matt Anderson would be Dennis Condrey.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So he's the veteran in the ring, in my opinion. That's the guy that would carry the match.
Well, this might be a chance for Gorilla. Maybe Gorilla Q finds a niche as a tag team wrestler. They've got the title, so they're gonna have to defend them frequently. So who knows? I mean, this could be the birth of something good. They certainly looked like they were in lockstep together at Ice Road to Capital Punishment. So, only time will tell, but they look good to me.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. What else, guys? We got to cover. We got 4 minutes, or we can wrap it up now. What do you want to do? I love the internet. We don't have any hard breaks.
No, we don't. We got 4 minutes to do. What do we got to do? Talk about the next event? What time we got? We got regular bell time starting up at the anniversary event?
Yeah.
Let's give us some times if you have something coming up.
It's March 5th and 6th. Now the Saturday night show it starts at regular bell time 7:30, somewhere in that neck of the woods. And this is that we're not jacking up ticket prices or anything. It's regular ticket prices, six in the bleachers, 8 on the floor. For the Sunday afternoon show, that one's going to start at 1 p.m. So,
and then the March 19th show, I do believe, is the first show that we're going back to regular time in the evening. Aren't we correct?
Well, no, the anniversary show is the first show we're going back.
Okay. I meant for the regular Mid-Atlantic.
Oh yeah. For the regular Mid-Atlantic. Yes. So we'll no more the 5 o'clock start times. It's important to note that. And we'll talk to you more about that as weeks move on and we get closer to it. But I mean, honestly, we're not that far away from February's only 28 days and we've got, we're already on the 17th. So we've got we basically got 2 more of these Ringside Wrestling shows before the anniversary show goes down.
Yes,
so hopefully we can get Matt Classic on. I'd love to have Matt Classic on next week and talk about some of the things that's going on and some of the matches he's trying to pull together. I'm sure we'll see some more match announcements as we move through the next week. Keep your eye out on AIWF Twitter, AIWF Mid-Atlantic Instagram. Keep your eyes especially on our AIWF Mid-Atlantic Facebook page, because that's usually where the ads go up first. And don't forget, if you need a tree cut down or trimmed or pruned or anything, and you're in Surrey County, Mount Airy area, call Branch Management. And their number, again, I'm going to give it to you twice so you have time to write it down. 336-325-5300. That's 336-325-5300, and ask them about that $100 referral bonus. Gentlemen, any last thoughts before we go?
Yes. Any affiliates, wrestlers, anybody in AIWF, if you're watching this video, feel free to come and be a part of our podcast every week. We do it every Thursday night from 7 to 8 p.m. There's no reason. I don't care if you're the janitor of a wrestling company. If you love wrestling and you want to tell us what's going on at your company, come share your information with us. Also, support pro wrestling independent, no matter where you are worldwide.
Exactly. It's not hard, guys. You got to click. You don't even have to drive to a TV station anymore. You just click on the link. Nothing to it. You can join from your
I would
laptop.
love to see some more wrestlers from some different affiliates come and join us.
Yep, I would love to too. So, you don't need an invite to come on this show. You just barge on in and we'll talk to you.
Yeah, I mean, we put all this time in promoting their shows and advertising their shows and stuff like that. Maybe they need to come on this show to help put themselves over.
I agree 100%.
If you would like to hear what Commissioner Rick Diesel thinks about this very topic, go on to the network and watch his interview with me. We cover that. It's the first segment is up. It's like 14 minutes long, but we cover this particular subject, and that's on the AIWF Roku channel. So
yeah, I think wrestlers need to become more proactive. Stop being wrestlers when you walk in the back door. It's a 24-hour job. You wake up in the morning. I don't stop being Joey Nugs any time in my life. I'm always Joey Nugs.
And if I had to
take a minute to put a flyer up the upcoming show. I tell anybody, feel free to post a flyer on my Facebook wall or social media, even if I'm not there. I don't care. Yeah. If anybody, my fans, I don't care if you're in Oklahoma. I got friends from Oklahoma. They might come to your local show.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and I'm totally with that too, Joey. I obsess about wrestling. I probably
need to support each other more in wrestling too. That's a bad thing. We need to support more each other in wrestling. They do it music. I mean, no one ever gets old and stops getting supported in music. The Rolling Stones, you don't think the fans stop listening to the Rolling Stones music? No, they're always fans of the Rolling Stones.
Still touring. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You got to support our own more in wrestling, period.
Yep. Good advice. Good advice. And I think we'll wind it down on that one. So everybody, thank you again for tuning in to AIWF Ringside Wrestling. We'll hopefully have this thing up on YouTube before too long tomorrow. But thank you for tuning in wherever you may be watching. For Kevin Stryker, referee Tim Stone, Bobby Dalton, and I am Mad Matt Carter.
Don't forget Rick Diesel.
Oh yeah, Rick Diesel. We will see you. Thank you for get out and support indie wrestling this weekend. We will see you at the matches, and until next time, so long for now.